Welcome back for your weekly weekend vintage car show. This is the year-by-year video series that I've been running since cars were produced in 1974 by Hot Wheels. I have been looking at every single car in my extensive collection with you guys and discussing values, variations, and rarities. Not to mention just the nostalgia that goes along with these sorts of cars. So pull out your collections and join me as we look at all of these cars released in 1995, and many of them have multiple variations of note. I don't have every single Hot Wheel. I think I'm missing one out of the segment that we're looking at today, which is number 322, the Fire Eater, all the way up to number 352, which is Big Chill. We'll get to that in just a moment. As we just peruse the collection that you're going to see here, all of these fine-looking cars in mint condition. Only a couple with a flea bite here or there. Nothing really to worry about. But, you know, if your cars aren't in mint condition, it really doesn't matter. It's all about the nostalgia. And my collection started out with many worn, plain-worn, chipped, smashed toy cars before it ended up like this after about 25 years of collecting. There's the Big Chill. So we've got some iconic vehicles, and many of these cars are brand new castings for 1995. We will discuss that as well, of course, and some history on some of the not so brand new vehicles, such as that Fire Eater. I've got it out here alongside the first edition 1977 Redline Fire Eater, and I've also got the Bywayman out here from 1979 first edition, alongside the race truck, as it's called now. Same casting. Let's get into it for your weekly vintage car show, the WWVCS. Oh, and I've got one car that may or may not be open. It's pretty rare. Ferrari 355 with gold 7-spoke and the Tampo on the side. That is the one car I haven't opened up. All these other cars I've opened up over the years to put into my massive vintage loose collection, which you see on the walls all around the Hot Wheels Museum. And now just a quick word from your host, O-Dog. I super appreciate you guys watching my videos, leaving me comments down below. I read them all. Thank you for all your suggestions, questions, and remarks. Also, I want to thank you guys especially for leaving me a thumbs up back. That really helps my channel out, gets these videos out to other collectors and diecast interested sorts of people through the YouTube algorithms. If you could hit the notification bell if you like these videos, then that also helps out a lot. And most of all, thanks for watching my videos, and let's get on with this show. All right, so we're going to get started with collector number 322 and work numerically forwards up to 352. There's about 50 cars to look at here and many more variations to note, and I will talk about including values of them in my many pages of notes that I have about these cars from collecting them over the years and various information sources. I also want to say that the vintage series that we're looking at here, 1995 ran till 1999 as a collector number series, going from number 275 right up to about 1,120 something. So that's what we're looking at. I will be able to somewhat break these down into which years they're released. For instance, the next videos you see will be titled 1996 year-by-year cars, because that's when most of those ones will have been released. It's not to say that necessarily all of these cars were released in 1995. Certainly some could have been released in 96. Really not much off, though, so I think it's best to go with the collector number. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's look at the Fire Eater. That is, as I said, number 322, I think. Did I say 321? I meant 322. And so, first off, the kind of heritage vehicle for this is the first edition Redline Fire Eater from 1977. Not much has changed between now and then, other than a super snazzy chrome paint job. This series of vehicles is called the Silver Series. So there was 4 different castings in this series, as you can see. And I'm going to slow down on each one of them. Something different as well I'm going to do in this video compared to the first part of 1995, video number 1. I was picking all of the cars up and fumbling around and dropping them, and it just turned into a mess. So I'm going to try doing this a little differently. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about how I do this and what you prefer to see. So obviously we can't see as many different sides of the vehicle, but generally they're about the same on both sides, and I'll make note if they aren't. Main thing we're looking at here is the black wall variation versus the 7-spoke. I am missing an all small wheel black wall variation, so the wheels tires would just be a bit smaller on this truck. Not actually hunting too many of these variations that I'm even mentioning that I'm missing, because they're just too hard to come by, and shipping is crazy for me here in Canada, given that I have to buy many of the vehicles I'm looking for from American collectors and resellers. So that being said, these are worth about $10 each. Values I give are going to be in US dollars, and they are subjective. It's not necessarily a hard and fast rule. Supply and demand will always indicate what they're really worth, and in a time of inflation, generally collections will go down somewhat in price, in my experience. Moving on from all that boring stuff, we've got Rodzilla, which is certainly not a boring looking casting. Check it out. It's just one of the coolest looking Hot Wheels, especially in this chrome finish with the big gold engines. We're going around for a different view here. I'm not really sure if that's going to work out, but these big dragon heads actually spin around on the casting. I did try to move mine, but they're a little bit stiff, and I'm not going to risk twisting and breaking them off just to watch them spin around in circles. So I think the chrome plastic makes them a little bit more sticky, because I have the purple version of this from, I think, 1994, and it doesn't have nearly the same problems. Yes, there it is, all the way down there. That's the first edition of that one. It's going to be blurry because we're looking from across the room, but that doesn't matter because we're here to see 1995. What are these worth? Oh, probably about $10 each. And the rarest would be a silver base. Sorry, I missed one variation. If you could find this one with a silver painted base, that would be worth the most. Maybe about $15 to $20, I would say. And it has to be in mint condition, remember. That's mint condition pricing when I say this, if not packaged. Proper chopper. Only one variation. Here it is. So not a variation. Pretty cool. You got the rotating rotor blades and retractable tail boom for easier storage in your die-cast storage cases or display cases. Worth about $3 to $5. The school bus, there were 5 variations in total, and amazingly, I have 4 of them. So doing pretty good on the variation front for the chrome school bus. I am missing a 5-spoke wheel variation. And so that is the only one I'm missing. It's not worth a lot, apparently. Maybe about $5 from what I've seen. $5, $10. The most expensive one is this tinted window Blackwall sporting school bus. That one's worth about $20 to $30 US. And I did buy that one as well as all of these buses in packaged condition, and have opened them up over the years. So clearly I don't really care about maximum value because I'm a loose collector, a lifelong collector, and not a reseller. So that's why I like to have these cars out. And oftentimes the package was a little bit damaged, as you will see on the Ferrari 355. Got a pretty big damage on that one. So most likely going to be opening that up for you guys as this video continues. Then we've got the 3-spoke, back to clear windows. All other variations had clear windows and a black plastic base. And there's a 7-spoke. So those ones are all worth about $5, maybe $10 at most. That concludes the Silver Series. Now we're on to the photo finish. I'm actually missing 2 vehicles here. So I said 1 in the intro. I'm missing 3 vehicles as far as I can tell right now. But I've got the coolest ones. Here's the Aerostar. There were no variations on any of the 4 vehicles in the photo finish series. This is a plastic base with a picture of Washington, D.C. on the side. And there's the White House. Pretty cool. Love the Aerostar casting. 7-spoke metal base. This one just flies around the racetrack, I'm sure. I would never test it out personally. Not this one. It's minty. Then we got the blimp. I know I said I wouldn't handle the things, but I got to handle them a little bit. If you spin this thing around, you can see other things. Oh, I hate doing this, though. It creaks so much. Okay, well, I'm not going to do it. But anyways, that is the blimp. And both of those vehicles we just looked at, they are worth $10 each. I'm missing one called the tank truck and one called the highway hauler. They would also have plastic bodies and would have, you know, some sort of photo on it. What is the photo on the side of the blimp? I can't really tell. Can you? Where is that? Let me know in the comments. I have no idea. Geography, not my strong suit apparently today. Okay, we're going on to the Racing Metal series. Now, all of these little mini-series I'm mentioning, they have 4 vehicles or 4 castings in each. Could have many vehicles, of course, with more variations. So that is the Racing Truck. It's the first time the Bywayman has been called the Racing Truck. Certainly it's been called many things over the years. All good things, of course. But not Racing Truck. So here it is with the number 1 livery on the side, Hot Wheels, Chevrolet. And it looks fantastic. This one happens to have the black metal base, I believe. No, this one has the metal flake black charcoal base. Other variations. No, there's no other variations. I thought there was a black base, but there's no other variations according to my notes. That one is worth about $10 to $15 nowadays. And of course, it finds its lineage in the 1979 released first edition Bywayman, which we're looking at right here. Pretty much the same other than the big construction tire style wheels and some minor differences in the plastic interior bit, which you can see for yourself. There's just a small tab at the very back, which there isn't on that one, interestingly. Other than that, I don't see any other real differences. Oh, yes, the headlights did change a little bit on these as well, I think. Well, maybe not. Regardless, let's move forwards onto the ramp truck. There's a few variations of this one, 4 to be exact. I only have one. The variation I have here is the pinkish tint chrome cab, the plastic purple ramp on the back, and tinted windows. Other variations include a blue tint chrome cab and just a chrome cab, so much like the finish on the Fire Eater Silver Series. And then there was a pink chrome cab, like not pink tint like this one, but an actual very pinkish chrome cab. That one's worth the most. If you have that one, it would be worth about $35 to $50 mint in package. The rest of them are worth anywhere between pretty much $5 and $15. This one being the second most rare at the pink tint chrome. 7-spoke found on all of those trucks. Moving along to the Camaro Racer. This is a super cool casting. First released in 1993. We've got to get these big Rodzilla heads out of the way here. Sorry. There was only one variation or one casting released for this car in this series. You see 2 here because I want to bring attention to the fact that if you have one that appears to be a different color chrome, as the one on the right seems to be substantially lighter, I'm not sure if that's going to show up in the video or not, but it certainly does for my eyes. This is sun fading, I'm pretty sure. Storage issues. Because if you look at the underside of any lip area of the car, it's a dark blue tint, just like this one. No other variations there. Oh, there is a variation, actually. I don't have it, but some of the cars didn't have Jack Baldwin written on the roof, the driver, I suppose, of the Hot Wheels 1 Chevy Camaro. This is a 93 Camaro. So that is the other variation. It's actually worth less than this one because really you could just get a little bit of nail polish on a Q-tip and wipe that off, no trouble. But I'm not going to do that. So those are worth about $10 each. And same, I would say, for the no Jack Baldwin version. Am I missing a vehicle from that series? Yeah, where is it? I put it away. My dragster. Where's my dragster? There you are. There's the dragster. It's a really cool casting as well. Very long Hot Wheel, and it looks great in this light chrome blue finish with the white tampo down the front. It's worth about $5. There's no other variations. Moving right along, we are moving into the model year series cars. So these are just numbered collection cars. They're not part of any 4-vehicle segmented series, as we had just looked at with the Chrome series or the Silver series, Photo Finish, and yeah, the Race Team, Racing Metal, that series was called. So now we're just into model year cars. A lot of these are actually first release brand new castings for 1995. And the 58 Corvette is one of them, actually. I believe this is the first release casting, if I'm not mistaken. I've just got to move these chrome vehicles out of the way because they just keep catching in the video. So yeah, there are many variations of this car. 9 variations to be exact. I have 2 here. I've got one in the mail because I just ordered one as I was making this video from a seller on eBay. But anyways, I'll talk about what I have here. I've got the neon pink Blackwall. It also came in a 7-spoke. So only 2 variations had this neon bright pink paint and a pink plastic base. This one's worth about $10 to $15. The 7-spoke one I bought is worth a bit more. I mean, I'm buying them from Canada, like I said, so shipping is a factor for me. But the car was priced at $10 US or so. So I bought it. Shipping is the hard part for me. It's like $20 a car. Hopefully the seller combines the shipping and gives me a refund on it, because right now it's a sickening like $25, $30 a car for the 7 cars I bought. Anyways, we'll move along to the purple metallic paint job variations. That makes up the remaining 7 variations for the 9 that are here. This one has a purple plastic base. And where am I? So that one, dark pearl purple, and the 7-spoke is only worth about $3. There are also 5-spoke versions, 5 dots, and yeah, I think that's about it. I don't know. There's so many notes on this car. I've just lost myself here. Nothing worth more than about $5. There is a light pearl purple version with 7-spoke that is worth about $10. So that's another one to look out for. Oh, and I see a variation here. Same car as this, except with a gray interior and gray engine. That would also be worth about $15. Maybe more, actually. I haven't seen one of those in a long time. And so anyways, let's move along to the Mercedes SL. This is collector number 342. I guess I forgot to mention the collector numbers here as I've been going. I'll have to backtrack a little bit for you guys because they don't go completely in order. There's, for some reason, Hot Wheels did not make a car for every number numerically. For instance, there's no number 329, 330, 334, 339. So we're going to have to go back one here. So let's just back right up. Where did I leave off for this collector number stuff? Did I mention any of them? I don't even think I did. So we said that the Fire Eater was 322, Rodzilla was 323, Proper Chopper 325, so there's no 324. School Bus is number 328, so there's no 326 or 327, just basically blank numbers. The Aerostar from the Photo Finish was 331. Flying Aces Blimp was number 332. Tank Truck was 333. Highway Hauler 335, so missing 334. Those are the 2 vehicles I did not have to show you. Sorry. Racing Metal Truck Series Race Truck number 336. Ramp Truck 337. Camaro Racer 338. No 339. The Dragster's number 340. And 58 Corvette was 341, as I think I did mention. And now we are looking at number 342, which is the Mercedes SL. There were 9 variations of this car as well. I have 4 of them here. So the variations were as follows. There were 4 red versions with either the Ultra Hot Wheels you see on the first car or the 5-spoke. But there were also light and dark bases. So the base is made of plastic. Some of the plastic was really dark red. I thought I had one on card somewhere, but I couldn't find it. Anyways, it's a fairly noticeable variation. They're all still worth not that much, though, like maybe $5, $10. I would suspect that the dark base variations are worth more because I don't have any, so they must be rarer. And then we've got 5 variations of the metallic charcoal black version here. There was also some versions with dark gray plastic bases. These cars really weren't worth more than, like, in general, $5 to $10 a car. Other than a version that had 5-spoke wheels with a tan interior. So it was a crossover, I guess, from this car. Imagine that interior in this car. $35, apparently, maybe more. Haven't seen one of those. What else? Those cars were all available with, same thing. 5-spoke, 7-spoke, and BBS. That's the wire basket wheel. And gold BBS. No, I don't have a gold BBS. I have a gold 7-spoke. This was only available in Canada. This car here. So it wasn't a collector number car as far as the packaging goes. I don't remember what I spent for this thing. I did open it up, so probably not much more than $5 or $10. I mean, if you live somewhere else, it might be really hard to get, unless you shop international markets. So we're going to move right along here to number 343, which is the Speed Blaster. Look how many there are. One blue one and a whole bunch of pearl green ones with some variations, mainly to do with the wheels, although there is a windshield and engine variation here. So let's go to the starting gate here. Speed Blasters, 12 variations in total. Man, it was a tough time to collect these cars in full back then, and even more so now, obviously. Well, maybe not, because now we have, like, the internet, so that helps. Metallic blue, there were 4 variations. One with Ultra Hots. One with 5 spokes, that's what I've got. What else? Oh, there was 4 base variations. So there's a bunch of different base variations. I don't know. They're all worth like somewhere between $5 and $50. Honestly, I'm getting exhausted talking about the Speed Blasters already. Metallic green. That one's a little bit easier to go through. There were 7 variations. They were all worth only about $3 to $4, as I found, except for the rare 7-spoke version, which I don't have. That one's worth about $35. I have the Canadian release only gold 7-spoke variation. Again, I didn't spend much money on it. Oh, look, there's like a mere maybe $10, and I did open that one up. So this one, the odd one out with the gray window, gray interior, and gray base. All the others have chrome base. What's that one worth? That one was worth, $10. That one's worth about $10, I guess. That's probably what I paid for it. I don't really know. I don't even know where I got all those. I have a feeling I bought them all in some sort of bulk lot from the old Trent Steel collection that went for sale at auction on eBay a decade ago. Moving along to the Camaro convertible. This is a new casting for 1995. I did mention I was going to tell you whenever there was a new casting. So this is a new Camaro and substantially better looking casting really than the 93 Camaro. In my opinion, just it looks way more realistic. I mean, granted, it's not a race car, but it's got a really nice interior with better proportions than, like, what happened with that steering wheel? What happened, guys? What happened? Anyways, we'll go, where was that? Okay, going over here, 2 color variations to note. We've got this kind of aqua blue metallic or teal color, and then we've got red enamel. So collect number 344. There were 8 variations. Metallic green pearl with ultra hots worth about $10. I don't have that one clearly. There was a 3-spoke and a 5-spoke, which I have. Those are about $5 each. And then we get into the red variations, so that makes up the remaining 5. There was a Malaysia base, a China base, and an India base as far as the location of manufacture for this 5-spoke variation that you see here. They're all worth about $5, really. I mean, I don't know. You got to be really finicky to want to collect all 3 of those cars just to have a different country on the base. But, you know, I have done that for many of the cars in my older collection, so I guess it could be time. And what do we got here? We got the Canadian only gold 7-spoke, another Canada only car. Pretty easy for me to find here in Canada. Not so much for everyone else. This one, I don't know if I knew it when I opened it or not, but that one is listed at $40. I don't know what if I spent on that, but probably worth more nowadays, like $40, $50 compared to when I got it. And what else? Is there another one that we can mention here? These cars also came with the Malaysia base. In addition to 5-spoke, you could get it with 3 spokes. And what else? 3 spokes, tri-blade. Yeah, I think that's it. Maybe ultra hot if I didn't mention it, and if we ran out of numbers. Okay, now on to a really silly looking vehicle. Can you guess what it's called? There, just had to give my arm a break waving this phone around on video mode here. Let's take a look at Speedosaurus without shaking around so much. 3 variations to note. I am missing the green version with the black wall wheels. This is a brand new casting for 1995. You got this big rubber dinosaur straddling an engine and 8 exhaust pipes with a parachute. Absolutely awesome. This casting is still made to this day. Got the purple one here as well. The pointy little head on it. Makes a great little cat toy or dog toy. Won't survive, mind you. So don't use your minty ones. Those are worth about $3. Not much more than that. So I'm hunting for a Blackwall version, I guess. Since if I can find one cheap enough. We are moving on over to the hydroplane. Definitely one of the coolest looking vehicles with the coolest paint job in this collection that we're looking at today. There it is. Nice metallic blue with the Hot Wheels livery. Team racing on the sides. You got a white plastic base. And it actually is labeled hydroplane. 1995 copyright Malaysia. Super cool. That's a brand new casting as well. Only one version of this vehicle for this year, worth about $3 to $5. Now, the Power Rocket had a name change to Power Pistons because Power Rocket actually ends up being, I'm sorry for the blur here, this vehicle way down here. So that's the official Power Rocket because Hot Wheels had originally named this one Power Rocket and then changed to Power Pistons. Now, when I say this one, I don't mean actually this one. This is from the Dark Chrome series in 1997, so we're going to get to it. But I just wanted to bring out an example of it because I don't have the any versions of the 7 variations for this interesting vehicle. It's an interesting car for sure because it's a great car on the racetrack. It's got an opening canopy on the front, and really, it's about as interesting, if not more so, than the version that I would have had to show you if I had the actual number 347. Sorry, I keep forgetting to give numbers. Collect number 347 had 2 different body colors available. One was kind of a copper plastic, and the other was a burgundy plastic, like kind of a darkish red. So 3 of the variations were copper colored. 4 were the dark reddish color. The copper ones are worth more in general. They came with UH wheels, 5-spoke, so UH Ultra Hot, 7-spoke, and they ranged in value from $10 to $30. I couldn't find any on eBay when I just checked, but I'm in Canada, so maybe I don't get as much. For the darkish red ones, the 5-spoke are the most common. They're everywhere for like $2. And they also came with 5 spokes and a 7-spoke and a tri-blade, apparently. I did manage to find... This one has 7 spokes on it, actually, for the Chrome 1997 version. I did manage to find one 7-spoke listing for the plastic one. I did buy that one from the same seller I aforementioned, and it was like $12. So, we'll see. Hopefully it's not a drilled-out rivet version re-glued into a package, because I'll be mad if it is. Anyway, so this one was 346, and the Speedosaurus was number 345. Let's see if I can keep up with that. We've got the Dodge Ram, collector number 348. Amazingly, I have all 3 variations of the Dodge Ram, and I do like my Dodge trucks, so it makes no surprise. This one has the plastic rear cap on it, and a chrome plastic base. Looks to be 2-tone with that gray plastic base. Supposedly there is a fourth variation out there that has a dark plastic base, dark gray, like darker than that. But I'm already seeing plastic color variations in the ones that I have here. So I don't really know how much I buy into that, especially these days for collector purposes. So we've got 5-spoke, 5-dot, and the white 5-dot. So those are the white painted 5-dots. That's the rarest one. Hard to find. Worth about $10 to $15. The remainder are worth between $5 and $10. And when I say these prices, again, it's late in the video to say this, but I'm talking more like online purchase. If you find them at a flea market for $1, power to you. Awesome. Good job. It happens. Rarely for me. These cars are getting pretty old. Sorry. This car was completely in the way with its big fin catching on my camera. What have we got here? This is the Power Pipes, number 349. And oh, I got to mention, these are all new castings as well. All of these cars, just I mentioned, brand new castings for 1995, first release. And that goes for the Power Pipes and every vehicle that we're going to look at from here on. Ferrari 355, the Power Rocket, and of course, Big Chill. Back to the Power Pipes. There were 5 variations. I've got 2 of them. Nothing worth more than $3 each. So we've got 3 spokes available. I don't have that. 5-spoke. I don't have that. 7-spoke. I don't have that. 5-dot. Check. And gold 7-spoke. Canada only. So you probably noticed a trend by now. Cars with gold 7-spokes in the 1995 series were Canada only for the most part. If not all of them, actually. Silver painted base. And silver painted base, yep. So no base variations to note. That's that, $3 each. Pretty easy to come by, I would think. Good car for the track. It's got a plastic body and the metal base, so low center of gravity. Ferrari 355. There were 10 variations to note. I have 6 of them, so doing all right there. I did have to work to get the cars I have here, and I'm still obviously missing more. So all are only worth between $5 and $10, really. Like, they're not that hard to come by, though. It's just, you know, trying to find those variations. So various cars here with metal bases and like this, unpainted. And then there are versions with the silver. Not that one. Not that one. Some of them have a silver painted base. Not that one. Not that one. Which one has a silver painted base? I don't have a single car here with a silver painted base. So I guess that's your rare one. We'll call those the $10 cars. I don't know exactly which ones they are. I kind of got bungled up in my list here of which is which. The rarest one, however, is the version that's still in the package. No surprise. As you can see, it has that tampo on the side. Get out of the way, Camaro. Camaro's in my way. Get out of the way. Ferrari. Oh, now the Speedosaurus is in the way. Ferrari with gold 7 spokes. Interestingly, not a Canada release. That's the one car. Oh, yes, it is. Yeah, my notes indicate Canada only. And you can tell by the package because it's got French on it. So, no collector number either. It's just got the number 10 of 12 model year cars. So, I guess there were kind of, it's like a mini series. Not a 4-car segment series, but like a 12-car segment series. Anyways, so we're going to open this one up, I think, because look at the package on it. Like, it's crushed. And I'm an opener, so I'm going to get the tripod out, and we're going to do a vintage rip and tear. Car's been in the package for 27 years. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, cardboard. Anyways, so yeah, we've got all those cars. Which ones was I missing? Let's see. We've got to go to the notes here again. Basically, just the ones with the silver painted base. So that's what I'm looking for. Any of these with a silver painted base, let me know if you have one. So we've got 2 cars left. Now we're looking at the Power Rocket. Once again, my arm is getting tired and I'm starting to waggle here. So we got the 7-spoke. These are cool because they got the opening canopy with the driver in there. Plastic body. Big metal turbine engines on the back. Unpainted metal base on this one. I think most of them have the painted base, yeah. Painted silver base for the remainders. This here, of course, again, guess what? 7-spoke gold rims means it's from Canada only. And it does say EXB 3510 experimental. It's got a fuel door on it. Watch for flames, danger. Danger, very cool. Very cool car. Super cool. That's a new release, of course. 7 variations to note. I'm missing a 5-spoke with a metal unpainted base. That's worth about $10. All others, so I'm missing the tri-blade, or not tri-blade, yeah, tri-blade. So that's the 3-spoke. That's not a tri-blade. The tri-blade's the one with the swirl wheel in it. And 5-dot, I have a 5-dot. I'm missing a white 5-dot. That's the rarest one, apparently, worth about $10, $15. So you have those white 5-dot wheels on it, like this car here. So that's that. We're on to Big Chill. Finally, we're down to the last car in this segment series. It's a long go because there's so many variations as 1995 starts off. Trust me, it should get a little easier as we go through the years. Into 96, there won't be like 10, 12 variations per car, I don't think. I hope not. Anyways, Big Chill, 4 variations total. I got 3. The no tampo version here is pretty rare. But not if you open them up, because again, a Q-tip and some nail polish remover will make any of these no tampo version. But if you have one with pink skis no tampo, that's the rarest. It's worth about $15. This one is worth about $8, and this one is worth about $5. So you got some weird black graphics on it. This big kind of snowmobile sort of thing. I mean, if these were released in 2022, I wouldn't buy them. I don't buy fantasy cars anymore for the most part. In the last basically 5 years, maybe more of my collecting. But for the vintage series up to about 2000, 2005, I was buying just about every Hot Wheel produced. So you have that to look forward to. And that's it, guys. That's the whole video. I hope you enjoyed. It didn't really go as smoothly as I was hoping. And, you know, I'm kind of just getting back into things. So bear with me. As far as the collector number goes, see, I forgot the collector numbers again, but we did end it with 352. That was 351. So I guess in the next video, I'll try to stick with the numbers and the names all at the same time, and the wavering around. But like I said, just so much information here that I had to look through my notes to put this together. Not to mention, I just spent $200 on 7 cars that would go with this series. A couple of them are going to go in the years to come too, so trying to like fill out the collection, but dang, is it ever expensive these days. If you're after any of these, or if you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up, and happy hunting. Take care, everybody. See you soon.